Steven Spielberg, J.J. Abrams is back, producing an Amblin Entertainment-style adventure. A family of four are not only threatened with a time-travelling neighbourhood, but dinosaurs. And they need to band together to survive these prehistoric streets. What could possibly go wrong? Get ready for screams, CGI monsters, and convoluted time travel fuckery in this love letter to batshit crazy 80s adventures in The End of Oak Street. Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. That's right, The End of Oak Street, directed by David Robert Mitchell, primarily known for his hit film It Follows, and produced by Steven Spielberg fanboy himself, J.J. Abrams. We meet a family of four living in a brightly coloured, friendly 1982 suburban neighbourhood. We have Mumsy, who sees the world like it is, without optimism, feeling trapped in her life and falling out of love with her husband. She's also secretly writing a novel, secretly conversing with an old retired editor in the neighbourhood, who says it's the best writing that she's ever read. So we, the audience, know how talented she really is. Then there's Obi Daddy One, who is annoyingly optimistic and constantly choosing to deliver pizzas for a local business, providing a roof over his family's head instead of barbecue grilling the neighbourhood's meat at the block party, much to the disappointment of his wife. It's fair to say that there's some tension between this married couple who are on the verge of divorce. I wonder if there's a huge life event that will rekindle their love for one another and bond them through survival. Then we have the daughter, who is super psyched for one day to go off to college to study astronomy and totally not the most annoying character in the film. And finally, we have young boy son, who is every bit a Steven Spielberg archetype, ticking all of the boxes by having a crush on the new girl in the neighbourhood, having a school bully hot on his heels, and rides around with his club of BMX bandits. One night, however, a huge bright light knocks out all of the power in the neighbourhood, which scares the shit out of the family. The next day, however, the family learn that the whole neighbourhood has been sucked into the past, as dinosaurs roam the streets and attack any residents that show their face. Tension between the sheets, dinosaurs in the streets. It then becomes a fight for survival for this family of four, and potentially discovering a way back to their timeline. This film looks really good on a DOP level, with some vibrant, colourful lighting on screen, but also intriguing depth in the darker scenes also, looking like a real 80s family adventure. It's definitely a love letter to all of the 80s Spielberg type of adventures. And knowing that fanboy J.J. Abrams is behind it, it makes total sense. However, I will say us as the audience know what's coming well before the characters in the movie do. Because we saw the trailer. And that wouldn't be an absolute terrible thing, except the characters take a while to learn what's going on, having them wander around for quite a bit of screen time trying to work it all out. I reckon they should have had a bit more mystery in the trailer, having us speculate and wonder what the threat actually is. Could it be aliens? Could it be dinosaurs? Could it be purgatory? Who knows when Abrams gets involved? The mind boggles what could have been, and there could have been some real buzz online with speculation. However, Hollywood is well aware the dinosaur movies make bank, and couldn't help themselves revealing the threat in the marketing, hoping to get dino fanatics into the cinema. And when it comes to the dinosaurs presented in the film, the filmmakers are presenting a more accurate representation with what they most likely would have looked like. Well, according to certain studies and articles. With many of the dinosaurs on screen presenting some form of feathery coat instead of scales. And there's a great scene where we witness an Allosaurus hunting stealthily, like creeping up behind the family. Very cool, unsettling, creepy as fuck, loved that. For the most part, all of the dinosaur stuff looks okay. Nothing groundbreaking, just okay. But of course, there is a little bit of shonky CGI here and there, not gonna lie. Unfortunately, I think the practical dinosaur puppetry effects days are well and truly behind us. And I don't foresee them coming back anytime soon. It's so funny how in 1993, we got a great mix of practical puppetry effects and CGI, which still looks insanely good and holds up today. But it is modern day 2026, so CGI it must be. But I am immensely thankful that at least it looks like they built practical sets for the movie. and did not have any void bullshit. You can tell that the actor's surroundings are practical. Thank God. The acting all around is okay also. Nothing stellar, or anything to rave about, but serviceable. However, Ewan McGregor's accent was taking me out slightly at times. However, I will say the daughter character was so gratingly whiny and hysterical for most of the runtime, it annoyed the shit out of me. We've got to help them, we've got to help them, Shut up. And it seems that Anne Hathaway is absolutely everywhere at the moment. It's to be expected though, because she's only one of 7 actors that actually work in Hollywood, it seems. It's definitely her movie though, although this is an ensemble film, she's definitely the lead. There are some generally tense moments which was very welcomed. The film here in Australia is rated M, which stands for Mature 15+, and in the United States it's PG-13. And the movie really uses that rating, as at times it can be quite violent. Nothing gory, however, but it does take the dinosaur attacks seriously. And at one moment, the movie surprised the absolute shit out of me. And when it happened, I was like, holy fuck! They actually did that? And there wasn't any dumb Marvel humour in this film, which was very much welcomed. But then, there's the ending. I won't spoil anything for you, but I will say, when you unpack the ending and really think about it, there's some severe inconsideration for some past characters. And paradox timeline fuckery. Some characters got completely fucked over. And after watching this film, walking out of the cinema, really thinking about it, it really didn't sit right with me. It in itself is extremely selfish. However, instead of unpacking that convoluted club sandwich and having it affect anyone's conscience, we instead get hero praise. Yes! Anyway, ultimately the film is a suburban apocalypse, kind of like the opening to the Dawn of the Dead remake, but with dinosaurs instead of the undead. Wearing an Amblin Entertainment skin coat. All in all, it's okay. It's not as spectacular as the early reviews made it out to be. I know, access media lying to the public to create false anticipation, I'm shocked. But the general public are not stupid, and they can smell bullshit from a mile away. This false buzz doesn't work anymore, no matter how many influencers the studios pay off. But that's okay, if this film bombs at the box office, they can use the Hollywood Blame Game handbook. You know, blaming racism, or sexism, or dinophobia, I don't know, fucking pick one. But anyway guys, that's my cheeky little review of The End of Oak Street. Write down below if you've seen it, what are your thoughts on it, but more importantly, what is your favourite dinosaur film? And of course, if you've made it this far into the episode, please give me a thumbs up, because your love and support keeps me going, because I just love movies, and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon, because I give out an episode weekly. And I'll see you back here next week for the next review, but until then, stay spooky, kids.